Hello.
And welcome to Film Bastards.
Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to episode 527 of Film Bastards. My name is Ian Loring, and as always, I'm joined by
Becky Foster. Hello, everybody.
I'm Matt Foster. Hello, everybody.
Hello, one and all. We hope you're keeping well. Coming up on this week's show, Madame Web. We'll also got some what we've been up to quite a bit, I think. We got some Super Bowl trailers to talk about. I'm definitely back on the things are okay train after last week. Everything's fine. As long as I don't read any quotes from David Koepp during the course of tonight's show, I think we're going to be all right. We've also got some Twitter questions. There's one in there that I've really been trying to wrap my brain around, and I'm struggling. I'm looking forward to seeing some of the responses. What I'd also look forward to iTunes reviews or Apple Podcast reviews and Spotify reviews and all that lovely good stuff.
Yes.
They would be nice. They would be nice. It's been about a year since our last Apple Podcast review.
You bastards.
Yeah, and just saying, just putting it out there into the world. We are also a Pod Syndicate podcast, so please do listen to like-minded shows such as Chinstroker versus Punter, the Rewatch Project, Gaming Landfill, Good Bad the Odd, and Talk Without Rhythm, I think, is another one as well. I remember Mike mentioning. So there we are. Please do listen to those shows as well. So, movie news. The BAFTAs are happening just as we are recording, and it. I think it's still relatively early in the ceremony. Unlike last year, they're not doing any kind of time delay thing. So last year, the Last War awards were on TV as live. They're not doing that this year. Nah, fuck that. Why would people want to watch it on TV not knowing who the winners were beforehand? The Zone of Interest has just won the best film for not in the English language, which was a bit of a shocker against Anatomy of a Fall. But Anatomy of a Fall did win Best Original Screenplay. American Fiction has won the BAFTA for Best Adapted Screenplay. Because everybody likes to realise or people in Hollywood are shit, aren't they? But not us. We're great. Yeah. We're really good. The more I think about that film, the more I am just.
The one thing about the film, the more I go, it's a really good film, but that's it.
Which film are you talking about?
American Fiction.
It's just good, but it's not that good.
No.
It's good. It's just not that good.
Divine Joy Randolph's won Best Supporting Actress. The Boy and the Heron has won animated film, which is good. It's all just kind of shaping up. I'm actually not that bothered about the fact I can't watch the Oscars this year because there will be no surprises.
No, it's very unlikely, isn't it? It seems like the winners are going to be the winners.
Yeah, quite. And Sophia Spexter's done Murder on the Dance Floor at the BAFTAs.
Of course,
great,
yes.
Good stuff. Other than that, Berlin's happening at the moment. Love Lies Bleeding's apparently is decent, so that's cool.
The fact that that's only decent worries me a little bit, though. Like,
Yeah,
If you go on a hype scale, I was expecting this is amazing. It's like what people need. It's what cinema needs right now. It's a bit like, yeah, it's good. It just seems to be a bit like, oh.
And
So,
that'll be an improvement on Saint Maud.
Yeah,
So
is it 3 out of 5? But you just don't want to say that it's 3 out of 5.
yeah, quite. It just, that film does just feel absolutely made for film Twitter as well, though. Like, just staggeringly so. A24, directed by a woman. It's queer, and it's about weightlifting, so there's a weird kind of angle to it.
And it's
weightlifting and crime.
Set in the 80s.
Yeah. I don't know. It's almost like there's some sort of film Twitter bingo card, and you'd be shouting
It literally
bingo.
is. It's like
so,
it was written by a Mad Lib.
Yeah. I will say as well, some folks who will remain nameless on film Twitter tweeting an awful lot more about the parties they're going to and the drinks they're having more than the films themselves, and the shots of the stars at the premieres and stuff. But that's fine. I swear there's more. Like, Super Bowl trailers, obviously, quite a big thing.
There's the Fantastic Four news.
Oh God, yeah, of course. Thank you.
Which I saw a YouTube Shorts video, or an Instagram Shorts video, one of them. We saw it earlier, didn't we? Where it was saying, it's been leaked who the new cast are for Marvel's Fantastic Four. And it's like, no, it wasn't leaked. Marvel put it out. That's not what leaked is.
Yeah.
It's it really took me by surprise. Actually, like, no one had really been talking about those particular people.
No, I'm glad that it's taken people by surprise. I'm glad it's not the obvious people that people were asking for.
Yeah, so I mean, so for anybody who doesn't know, we got Pedro Pascal as Captain Fantastic. What's his name?
I'm just checking now because I can't actually remember. Fantastic Four. They are...
Is he Mr. Fantastic?
Mr. Fantastic, the Invisible Woman, the Human Torch, and the Fang.
Okay, so we've got Pedro Pascal, Mr. Fantastic, Vanessa Kirby, the Invisible Woman, Sue Storm, Joseph Quinn, the Human Torch, and Ebon Moss-Backrack as Ben Grimm. I don't recall that guy, but he's in The Bear. And people really like him, and I know Noel said yeah, that's really fucking good casting for that, so great.
I mean, it's mostly going to be a voice work role as well, isn't it? Let's be honest.
They just need to do it like they did with old fucking Chickless, stick him in a bunch of prosthetics.
No, they need to do it like they did it with the fucking, like the 90s one, where it wasn't prosthetics, it was just a bunch of fucking foam painted orange.
Good.
Just have him just fucking wandering around in it. Go and make it at home. So you need to. We're having a few budget cuts because we lost some fucking money on the Marvels and shit like that. So you need to make your own outfit.
It's it's going to be a big year for Marvel next year, for good or ill.
I look forward to the internet having absolutely no problem with the age difference between Vanessa Kirby and Pedro Pascal, because Pedro Pascal is the internet's uncle.
There's
Internet sugar
there is about 20 years, isn't there?
It's about 13, I think.
Okay. That's, I mean, for Hollywood, I suppose that's okay.
It's one of those where if people didn't like Pedro Pascal so much, I think people would have a problem with it. I don't think there's a problem with it at all, just adding it out there. But I'm just saying, I always find it quite amusing when there's certain things where people go, oh, that age difference though. And then if it's somebody people like, they're like, I don't give a shit.
Well, yeah.
Anything else? I'm trying to think.
No, I think it's been a lot of the Super Bowl trailers, hasn't it?
Okay.
And the
So
the Dunkin' Donuts Super Bowl adverts.
So the Dunkin' Donuts one, there's like a 5-minute extended one, which is great.
Yeah.
And Ben Affleck is just hamming up the Boston accent.
Really going for it, isn't he?
It's incredible. It's incredible. And I think it's brilliant that Ben Affleck has made a bit of a cottage industry of being like a brand ambassador for Dunkin' Donuts because of a meme.
Yeah, and the fact that he genuinely really likes Dunkin' Donuts.
I mean, that's fantastic. Yeah. Great. Good on him.
Yeah, I mean, as well, the good on him bit there as well is the fact that he's taken every fucking penny he got for the advert, and it's all of it has gone to charities in and around Boston.
Brilliant. He's one of the good ones. He's one of the good ones.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the Michael Cera Super Bowl ad?
The CeraVe thing, yeah. Yeah, I did actually. I like the fact
Big fan of
that they played the long game and that like a few weeks ago he was in like a department store signing bottles of CeraVe. Which everyone was like, what the fuck is going on? And then it turns out that it was part of this long fucking marketing thing. But yeah, it's fun.
I love how gently and just like with the tiniest smirk on his face,
Yeah.
like and just talking about how it's my cream and think.
It's just we've not seen Michael Cera in anything for like a little while because he's just kind of been taking out some time. I think just so
that people can get over that ick.
a little bit, but I think he's had a kid and bits like that, so he's kind of taking a bit of time out.
Well,
and what he comes
he's in
back
a-
with
he's-
is a CeraVe advert.
I mean, to swing things round the other way, because like feeling good about him, he's currently in a show with Amy Schumer that's just started its second season.
Oh, fuck that shit.
So
Amy, I don't ever want to talk about my face, Schumer. Bitch, you spent the first fucking 10 years of your career talking about your body and your face.
indeed. Yeah. Sorry, it was just the way you said "bitch," you blah blah blah, and it was just like I just didn't imagine that coming out of your mouth, Mark.
I'm not a big fan of her.
Yeah, I'm a little
Really
bit
don't like
disappointed in
her.
you. I don't know. Yeah, fair enough. It's primal. I get it.
She
Feral,
seems incredibly unpleasant.
She's got a face that looks like it's drawn on a man's knee.
She does. But she also, as a person, seems incredibly unpleasant.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's allowed to not like her.
Yeah.
That's the thing, because I felt bad about my Tracy Ellis Ross comment. Face looks like it's been drawn on a sweet potato. But
It does.
yeah,
It kind of does that.
I hate the fact that all I can think about is that I think that's a really. Oh God, I need to stop. I need to not say that. I need to try and remember to cut that out. So if I didn't, never mind. But I feel bad speaking it into existence again. Moving on, Super Bowl trailers. Right, okay. I need to slightly rant about something. So there was a spot. There was a pre-game spot for Krasinski's new one, where it was Randall Park pretending to be John Krasinski, and he was with another actor, and I can't remember who the actor was, and the actor was going like, "But you're not John Krasinski," and Randall Park's just going, "Yes, I am." And Donna and I watched that because like she was watching some of the Super Bowl trailers, and we were like, "What the fuck? Why is what?"
It's from The Office.
And there you go. It's from the Office. Fair enough. I gotta say, is that actually well known enough in pop culture for like the pre-trailer announcement thing to be an Office in joke?
I think maybe in America, yeah. I think over here, I think it's one of those things a little bit like Seinfeld, where I don't think in this country we appreciate how big the American Office is in America. It's big over here, but it's fucking huge in the States. It's like one of the most watched comedies of all time. It's weird, I know. Never watched a single episode of it. Never watched a single episode of The Office, actually, to be fair.
No, I think it's shit. The Ricky Gervais one's shit. I think the American one's probably a bit better.
It's one of those things that's not got anything against it. I just don't ever see myself needing to watch it.
Fair.
But yeah, it does feel a little bit. It does feel a little bit niche.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you're right though. Maybe it's just in America. It is one. It just confused the fuck out of me.
I wouldn't have had a clue what was going
okay.
on with it.
No. Okay, so we've got a new trailer for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I'm finding it weirdly hard to get enthused for it.
I'm well up for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
like really fucking up for it.
I think it's because like the Caesar trilogy is like I'm not as big a fan of Dawn as a lot of people, but Rise and War,
yeah.
I really, really, really fucking like those films.
Yeah.
And I think Reeves is, especially with War, Reeves has set a really high bar. And this one, I am a little bit worried about maybe they've gone away from the filming real people on sets. Like, you know, with War, it was just a lot of people with like all those like dots all over them and stuff, and they were like in the moment on real locations, like real practical shooting. And this has that more artificial, let's maybe keep it at a slightly more restrained budget, you know, which makes financial sense, don't get me wrong, because War wasn't exactly a absolute Titanic blockbuster, but yeah, there's an artifice about this that I just, so far at least, that I haven't felt with the previous trilogy.
I think I can see that, absolutely. But I think when you put it up to something like Godzilla X Kong, and you look at like those two, you're going, okay, good way to do something, bad way to do something.
Yeah, sure.
I'm excited for it just because I think as a continuation of the world building, but being able to, the way it looks like it's going, right, we're setting the same universe and the same world as the Caesar trilogy, but we're a sequel of that trilogy. I think that's interesting to see what they're going to do with it. I think I'm just interested to see, how they're going to continue that going forward with it being more ape-centric.
Yeah, quite.
I think I like that fact that it seems to have the balls to go, no, we're going to go full, this is majoritively apes.
No, absolutely. And it I don't know, it'd be really, really interesting if one day this all leads to Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, that would be, it would be, yeah. If it like...
And we get Taylor.
Yeah. It could be really interesting.
But
if this is a big success, I don't think that will be too many movies off.
Yeah, same. Because you know, in the end of the day, we'll know. Like, it's not like it all actually being Earth is going to be a twist. So you could do something different with it.
Yeah.
But have Taylor coming from the past and all that. Like, you know, I think that would be interesting. So hey, we'll see how it goes.
And it'll be also Ryan Gosling.
Oh fuck, that's really good.
It will, because you look at it, it kind of makes sense, and I think he'd be up for that.
It does. Fuck, that'd be good. Right, so that's I think that's May 10th. I think they've moved it away from Furiosa.
Yes, they are.
Okay, so let's talk about Godzilla X Kong. I'm very, very glad that a lot of human cast people who I like in this film, Rebecca Hall, Dan Stevens, Brian Tyree Henry, are getting paid.
Yeah, because this looks like an incoherent mess.
It looks like it's going to be shit.
Yeah. it looks like it's going to be either 86 minutes of, look, we're sorry, but here's some monsters. Or it's going to be 2 hours and 46 minutes of the audience sitting there going, God, I'm sorry I came to see these fucking monsters. Godzilla
Minus One has kind of ruined like some of these films been for me now, because I like Godzilla when he's a prick.
Yeah, when he's a full-blown prick. When he's just got that fucking grin.
He's just gonna
that
yeah.
shit-eating, people-eating grin.
We watched it, didn't we? And I just said to you, like, the Western Godzilla movies just don't hit right.
No.
That first one.
Stop trying
Every time I watch it,
anthropomorphise him and make him like team up with Kong and have motivations beyond just being a prick.
No, yeah, no, exactly. But the first one isn't necessarily doing that, and there's the kind of like the wonder and terror of the scale of him. I think is quite well done in that.
The Gareth Edwards one.
And then yeah.
Weird,
It's the thing is, I hated that film the first time I watched it, and the last time I watched it, I think I've watched it 3 times now. The last time I watched it, I was like, "Fuck, that's actually kind of like maybe a minor masterpiece."
I need to watch it again. It's been how this series has been going 10 years, and genuinely, I don't think I could name I don't think I could tell you how many films are in this series. It might be 3, it might be 5, I don't know. I think I've seen them all. I don't know. I might have missed one in the middle.
If you include Kong Skull Island, I think this is 5. You got Godzilla, you got Kong Skull Island, Godzilla King of the Monsters, Godzilla versus Kong, and then Godzilla X Kong.
Just... Like you say, I'm glad that Rebecca Hall, Brian Tyree Henry and Dan Stevens are getting paid.
End of March. Good Easter weekend, I think this is.
Yeah.
This could be an alright brain dead watch at Easter.
God, I hope it's under 2 hours.
Yeah, same. What else we got? Super Bowl. There's an MCU one, but I'm trying to think of others, and I swear there were others. There was a new Fall Guy spot.
Yep.
Minute long, flashing a bunch of words at you. Looks like they're trying to ramp up the quirky. Remain very up for the Fall Guy.
Yeah, just looks fun.
Excuse me.
Just looks like daft fun, but with Ryan Gosling just kind of being Ryan Gosling-y.
I think I maybe need to not see too much more of that. Maybe we could get some margaritas, make some bad decisions line. They're really, really leaning on that. Yeah, no. Also, Taylor Swift jokes. Again, yeah, let's just chill out on the Taylor Swift stuff. I feel like there's a potential for that to age like milk.
Yes.
But yeah. So there's the Fall Guy. Oh god, you mentioned another one in passing when we were talking about apes. I can't think what it was now.
There's Godzilla and Kong. There's there's Sasquatch Sunset.
I didn't watch this trailer. I don't think I want to watch Riley Keough and Michael Cera be very self-indulgently satisfied about being Sasquatches for a couple of hours.
Yeah, apparently there's no dialogue in the entire movie.
Great.
Which is where I am with it. I'm like, I turned to Bex and just sort of said after the trailer, I was like, I don't see the point.
No.
And there's all like these quotes coming up on things from like Variety and Deadline, all these things saying about a poignant story for our time. It's like, I don't know if these are taking the piss or not. We've got to that level now where I don't know if these are taking the piss or not. And I don't want to watch it because I don't care. And then it makes me think, do you know what? There's an awful lot of people who get sniffy about like certain films getting made and saying, "Oh, why do we get this film when all of these films like can't get made and bits like that?" It's like, why is this a thing? It just this seems like it was a joke, and the people who made the joke actually managed to get funding for it. There are good films that didn't get made because this film might have got made. That's what I'm saying. And it might be brilliant, but I don't know because I don't think I'll ever watch it. Which makes me quite hypocritical, but if it's 86 minutes, I might. If it's a minute over, get to fuck.
It's an hour and 29.
Oh, it's
3
minutes over.
You nearly played yourself there. That was close.
What else? I mean, there's two big ones, isn't there?
Well, we got Wicked Part 1, which comes out the same day as Moana 2, so that's going to be a fucking bloodbath.
Yeah, I am so nub. Partially because the thumbnail that I've got in front of me on Rotten Tomatoes trailers for some reason is Ariana Grande just looking gaunt, and who's that?
Cynthia Erivo.
Cynthia Erivo looking like old Greg.
Yeah, the green's not good. It's the book's really good. I'm sure the Broadway play is really good. Cynthia Erivo is not who I would have envisioned playing Elphaba. Honestly, like, whatever the fuck it is that Ariana Grande has done to herself, like, and it's not just the weight loss. She can be whatever weight she fucking wants. Why the fuck has she bleached out her eyebrows so much? She looks like Uncanny Valley. She looks not quite real, but
It's
really
not.
enough to be creepy.
It's not a Gregory, it's the Hitcher, isn't it? With a thumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the Hitch with the thumb. Getting my Boosh characters mixed up there.
Sorry for not pointing that out. No.
No. I mean, I don't care anyway.
It is a shame. It's a good story.
I will just say in further, before we get to two biggies, trailer for Damsel, new Millie Bobby Brown one on Netflix. I mean,
I haven't even watched it. Don't care.
Didn't watch that out of principle, to be fair.
she needs to like maybe actually think about doing things outside of Netflix if she wants to have a fucking career.
Oh, well, she can't have a career and do all the poignant works she wants to do because she's too, tied in with Stranger Things. If it wasn't
Well, it's
for
a good
Stranger
thing it's the
Things-
last bloody season
Yeah.
then, isn't it?
If it wasn't for Stranger Things, she'd be setting the world on fire. God, I fucking hate her.
There's an awful lot of the cast of Stranger Things who are not coming out quite well at the moment, are they?
And they held it together so well for so
No,
many years.
and it just seems like that after the final series of that, there's going to be some people who worked on it coming out going, my God, they were fucking dickheads, some of these people.
And yet you got that one guy from that last season who broke out, and he's the fucking Human Torch in Fantastic Four. Good for him.
And apparently from everything you hear about him, he's just a nice kid.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a really good guy. Yeah, it's brilliant.
So they're not all wrong uns.
Oh, no. I think most of them are probably net positive. It's just...
Triangle Face seems fine.
Yeah, Finn Wolfhard seems fine. Sadie Sink
Who's
seems
Triangle
fine.
Face?
Finn Wolfhard.
Right, okay.
Joe Keery, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like a nice enough dude.
Do you know he's a good dude?
Who's that, Mark?
That Twister.
That Glenn Powell. He's a real dude, isn't he?
Right.
What a fucking guy.
The fact that in this trailer they do like T shot, W shot after one of the letters. It's just Glenn Powell in a tight white t-shirt and a cowboy hat walking in the rain.
And I think
That'll do.
my exact words when that happened was "Hello."
Twitched a
Fucking
bit, did it?
sold.
Yeah, it did twitch a bit.
Yeah.
It
Full
twanged.
tented, full
Yeah,
tented.
the elastic in my boxers went.
I've never seen Twister. I'm gonna watch Twister very
Oh my
soon.
God.
Twist-
Have you seen Twister?
No.
Man, it's just a really entertaining movie. It's just
Yeah,
a really
so Donna
entertaining
tells
film.
me.
That's wild.
This looks ace.
I do sometimes forget that not everyone's as into like weather movies as we are. We're strangely obsessed with them.
I do like a weather movie.
Yeah.
I mean, this looks great. It's from the guy who directed Minari. this is his follow-up to
I
Minari.
know. Fair
Like,
play,
what?
guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's brilliant. Good for him.
Yep.
And it's not like it's like the MCU or anything like that. Yeah, it's a franchise film, but I don't know. It's a sequel to a film from like 30 years ago. Sure, why not? You want to do a one of those,
Yeah.
which is now nostalgia. Cool, man. Do it. Looking forward to it.
And it looks good. It looks like
Yep.
it looks like the movie Twister.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing Anthony Ramos get sucked off into a hurricane.
And I think we all are.
Yep.
Yeah, very up for Twisters. I love the fact that it's just called Twisters, and then you find out the reason why is because there's fucking two of them. Brilliant. That's the kind of simple fucking ideas that I like.
Yeah.
What if the post credits is like it's the Twister home and there's just a baby Twister that's been left orphaned, and now Twister 3 is going to be the vengeful baby Twister avenging his mother and father.
I'd watch it.
Yep.
I'd watch any of them. I mean, the original Twister, I believe, was written by... co-written by Kathleen Kennedy, I think.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
It's Amblin.
Yeah, she co-wrote it.
It was a Jan de Bont joint, wasn't it?
I believe it was, yeah.
Yeah, I want to say it's follow up to Speed, I think. But yeah, I'm gonna watch Twister soon,
Yeah,
and
you'll have a great
look
time
forward
with
to
that.
Twisters. Yeah, nice one. Do you know what? I think it's going to be a perfectly decent time. Actually, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
It's going to be all right. This.
Do you know what I liked about this trailer? And it might just be it might just be trailer heavy, but there's an awful lot of him just being Deadpool in the trailer. I really liked number 2, actually. I when we rewatched it a couple of weeks ago, I really liked it. And the reason why I chose to rewatch it a lot earlier is I think if you'd rewatched them in the week or so leading up to it, I think you might have got a little bit Deadpooled out.
Yeah.
I think there's then we've had too much Deadpool. I hope it's a bit that Deadpool and Wolverine is a little bit tighter and snappier than 2. 2's a little bit too long.
I'm worried about this one. I think as they're trying to fold this into the MCU, Disney's dirty fingers will ruin certain bits of it that feel independent of. Like the fact that I was talking to... Oh, this is quite funny, actually. I was talking to somebody at work who is like properly into Marvel, watches all the series and all this kind of stuff. And he was saying that there's a lot of stuff in the trailer that links to the Loki TV series.
Yep.
So that's a concern for me because I aren't fucking watching that. But another thing that's hilarious about the conversation that I was having with him was, the only thing that confused me was like, his missus is there. I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, she died in the second one. I was like, did you not watch the fucking post-creds? And he was like, what? I was like, I thought you were like a Marvel fan. You are aware that they all have post-credit scenes. And he was like, yeah, but it's Deadpool. It's not like Marvel. I was like, so you just fucking left? Yeah. You've never seen the post-credit scene? No. So I found it on Disney Plus and showed him. It was like, oh, well, that makes more sense then. Fucking idiot.
I enjoy the fact that it's Deadpool being a bit Deadpoolier rather than it being more of a Wade Wilson heavier one. But we'll see.
Yep.
I have
yeah.
a feeling that the Loki bits will literally have at one point just Deadpool or Wade turning around to the camera and doing a right for everybody who didn't watch Loki. Blah 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 blah. Right, we sorted. Cool, or something like that. There'll be some piss takey catch up on it.
I hope so.
Yep. Very good. So that was that. Now, to discuss one of the films of our time. or no, actually it's set in the 90s, isn't it? Madam Web is directed by S.J. Clarkson, stars Dakota Johnson, Sydney Sweeney, Isabella Merced, Celeste O'Connor, and Tahar Rahim. Cassandra Webb is a New York metropolis, paramedic who begins to demonstrate signs of clairvoyance. Forced to challenge revelations about her past, she needs to safeguard 3 young women from a deadly adversary who wants them destroyed. So, Madam Web, we've been somewhat looking forward to this, but probably not the reasons the studio wanted since the trailer came out. It's going to do, in the US, over 6 days, it's going to do $26 million.
Which is less than Anyone But You. The other Sony Sydney Sweeney movie of this year.
Fucking ridiculous. Right, yeah, let's do it. Bex, Madame Web.
I don't really... I mean, obviously we'll get into it as we discuss it, but it's just an absolute piece of shit, isn't it?
Yep.
It's like irredeemably bad. I can't... I said to Mark when we came out, there is one positive that I can take from this movie, and that is that Dakota Johnson's hair looks great, and I'm thinking of cutting my fringe back in. That's it. The script is fucking awful. Like, painfully bad. The acting is it's... I can't think of... What's his name? Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
He's alright in it. Everyone else is fucking shit. Including Dakota Johnson. She's awful in it. Fucking... No, I'm not going to say that.
No, say it. You can't say it now. You said it so many times after we came out and were discussing it.
Yeah, but
You're the one person on this podcast who can say it.
No, because it's going to go out.
Say it.
No.
Can you WhatsApp it to me?
It's not that funny.
No, but I still feel like you need to say it. It's not that offensive.
Alright. What was it? Basic math, skateboard and shy dick sucker with the girls. They are awful. And Sydney Sweeney isn't a bad actress, but she is fucking awful in this. And it's because she's playing against type and trying to play some kind of meek, sweet, introverted girl, which clearly just isn't her vibe.
It is batshit casting.
It is awful. And then the skateboard girl playing the fucking sassy, rebellious rich person's daughter.
Was she the dickhead?
Yeah. She's shit.
Yeah.
It's
she
just
was.
like kids' TV level of bad acting from those 3. And honestly, basic math really pissed me off. I really didn't like that. But she did like some real basic sum in the back of the car, and like Dakota Johnson's like, oh my god, that was so quick. What? She subtracted 5 from 21 or something. Yes.
She had a shirt that said that she eats math for breakfast.
Oh, it was the contractions, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking awful, that bit. What else? Script bad, story bad, acting bad. It's just I honestly, like, I wish this didn't exist because it's made me like Dakota Johnson less, and I liked her quite a lot before this, but I've lost, like, respect for her.
I don't know, just watch some of her from, like, the press junkets and you'll be fine.
Why the fuck is she in it? It's not like she needs the
She
money.
also fired her agent representation after this film as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Alright, fair enough.
But there is a point of, why is Dakota Johnson anywhere near this?
Yeah.
Because it's not like she needs the money.
No. It's not like she needs the exposure. She's Dakota Johnson. She just walks around Dakota Johnsoning and everyone pays attention to her. It's fucking
It's
insane
just, look,
that she's in this.
Lead in a Spider-Man universe film as like a career move. Like, you get it, but at the same time, I'm assuming she signed on before she read the script.
Well, right, no, I don't get it, because she's not going to want to pursue a future in, like, shitty blockbusters, is she? And she was doing perfectly fine doing the films she wants to do without this piece of shit. And Who signs on to a movie without reading the script? Surely that's like a thing that you do first.
No, not with like blockbusters, bits like that.
Ah.
Also, to be fair, she was in Cha Cha real smooth, so I don't think she was doing particularly well.
Maybe she's had like some kind of tax bill we're unaware of, and she's...
I doubt it. I just think it's just that. Maybe Chris Martin's got really bad taste in movies, and he's like, yeah, it sounds really good.
No,
Maybe she's just trying to get
honestly,
away from him, so she wants to be on set. He does seem real fucking boring.
I think her reps were just like, this is a good career move for you. And the fact that she did the film and then fired them,
yeah, and then it's just been,
probably says a lot.
It's just been like just not like an unpleasant like dickhead on the press junket, but just taken the piss completely. I mean, the three what's it? Tom Holland
the Spider-Man
movies.
films.
Spider-Man and the Goblet of Spiders.
Wasn't there like the Spider-Man, There He Goes?
yeah.
Or something?
Spider-Man, Here He Comes Again. And Spidey, the Goblet of Spider-Man.
Mark, your thoughts?
The script is just appalling. It feels like a first draft from a movie that should have been made 30 years ago. It's also, you're looking at the costume design and going, right, that's how you think people dressed in 2003, based on, I would say, solely Beyonce and Nelly videos. That's it. It's just nobody actually dressed like that. I'm surprised when they were texting it wasn't in Excel.
Nice.
That is so bad. Tara Rahim, who I've seen in things, and he's a good actor, but genuinely, I think Noel mentioned it on when we were speaking about it. He does seem he's dubbed. There's no way that hasn't been redubbed over again.
I believe it's been confirmed by people in the production that they basically redubbed the entire role.
Yeah, it's honestly, it is. His performance is terrible. I don't solely blame him because the character makes zero fucking sense at all. So, at one point, his whole thing is that he is basically a fucking Terminator and just wants to fucking kill those girls.
I can't blame him.
Yet he has ample opportunity to kill them, but instead just kills a load of police officers that he didn't need to kill when they were literally there. But he decides, no, I'm going to get rid of all these police officers and just let them run away. It makes... No, he's not very good at being that bad Spider-Man. And also, he's walking around in just barefoot because of like the fact that he needs that to have the contact to be able to do all the Spider-Man bits, but then he's in a full costume that doesn't have that. None of it makes sense at all. But I can't say that I didn't actually enjoy my time with it at points.
That's the thing, because there are parts of this film that are absolutely fascinating from how was this deemed acceptable? Like, how was this something that they thought was a good creative idea? Or was it just... It was probably this, oh, we've fucked this up, alright, we're just going to have to get through it and then put it out and just hope it disappears quietly.
You said that, didn't you? Like, everyone gave up halfway through.
Yeah, everyone gave up like halfway through, and then the ending, it's almost like they're all laughing at the film in the film. All of them.
Dakota Johnson, in the end, with those sunglasses, just fucking smirking while she's saying the lines. That last line as well, like, you know, the best thing about the future it hasn't started yet, or whatever it is, or it hasn't begun yet. And she's, like, fucking smirking at the screen while she says it.
But there's another bit as well where, like, the girls are saying, "Oh, it's great, he just gets to be an uncle and have none of, like, the responsibility." And then she's like, "That's what he thinks." Like, seriously, are you laughing because Peter Parker's parents are about to die?
Ben's really into being an uncle is one of the greatest lines I've maybe ever heard.
Yep.
Oh god, and what was the thing about the power and the responsibility as well?
Yeah, that guy says. It's like they've taken a line and gone, "We need a line that's like, with great power comes great responsibility.
From great responsibility
Comes great power." It's like, fucking Howard, you've done it again. Level of shit.
But this is like, there are just some of the film is deeply, deeply boring, but there are these pockets, and none of them are good. None of them are good. Like, I pray this is the worst film I see at least in the cinema this year. And I watched it in IMAX because it was the only time that really worked for me. And I swear to God, that was like fucking eating an Asda own brand frozen lasagna in the Sistine Chapel. Like, it was like, what the fuck was I doing? But the conversation that Tahar Rahim has in bed with that woman, it's like, that is actually insane. Like, why is she not just grabbing her shit and getting away? Like, I just keep on having this dream about, like, these girls, and I need to kill them.
Her.
No.
What,
not at that
already?
point.
Yeah, yes.
No, not at that point.
She's listening to it
He's
for
moving
a
around.
while.
Oh, shit. No, they should probably just get the fuck out of the junction.
Yeah.
It's like when she goes to grab her gun, I think.
Oh, that's it. And he grabs her. Yes, sorry about that, yeah.
But before that, he's banging on about some real sketchy shit.
Yeah.
And she's like the head of the NSA or whatever the fuck. And apparently all you need is an ID badge and a password, and you've cracked their entire system. Like, the ineptitude across this entire film is amazing. When I had a pee break, before I went, they were in Jersey and they were on the run. And when I came back, it was just Dakota Johnson and she was in Peru.
Literally, I can tell you what happens there. So they're in the hotel room, the motel room that's there, and she says, "I need to go to Peru." And then Uncle Ben picks the girls up, and she says, "You need to hide these and keep them out of sight." And he goes, "I don't know what this is about, but okay then." And then she goes to Peru. That's it.
Because
she just hops
he
on the
never
boat.
actually...
She's literally wanted by the police, but manages to get to an incredibly specific part of Peru in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a bit earlier on where he's like, "She will come back one day for answers." She's just I don't know, man. She's a fucking baby. They've just done a water birth. It's like, she'll come back. What?
But also at that point I was thinking, how did they get her back to the States and with her mum's stuff as well? I need to see that scene.
It feels... It's almost like a choose your own adventure where every single, like, choice that they made was just like the wrong one.
Yeah.
But they just had to keep on going down the path because you can't stop now.
It's a bit even down to things like hiding him in the woods for no reason.
Oh,
why couldn't they just gone back to hers?
Cameras, man.
That was great as well, where it was like they hid them, but it was basically they were right by the side of the road, just standing around.
Yeah.
It's so bad. Just how how? Because I mean, like Morbius was shit as well.
Yeah,
I quite like Morbius.
Morbius is shit.
But
I quite like it.
I don't know. At least Jared Leto seems engaged.
Weird.
Like the only time Dakota Johnson really is alive in this film is when she can be passive aggressive shitty during the baby shower.
She really enjoyed doing the stunt driving because she did all
The
her
thing
own
is,
stunt
yeah,
driving of the
the thing
ambulance,
is,
and she wanted to crash it into the diner, but the stunt team wouldn't let her. That's the only time
That's
she actually
great.
seems awake.
Yeah, the thing there
Oh,
is
good for her.
Dakota Johnson doing a little bit of a fucking daytime bringing out the dead is quite cool.
Yeah.
But
I would prefer to watch a movie about Dakota Johnson
EMT,
paramedic
yeah.
than ever watch anything to do with this fucking shite again.
it's saying that though, I'd watch another.
Well, you're an idiot though. You'd be watching that on your own.
This film is the most emphatically "let's never speak of this again" project
It's possibly going to add a new category to our rating system of just it's a Madam Web.
But I mean, yeah,
So is that stuff
but I
from top
don't
to
know.
bottom?
But where it is just like no one involved in this film will ever want to talk about it again after opening weekend.
No, there will be some kind of fan-made documentary in 10 years' time about just what the fuck went on here. It's
Sydney Sweeney, I wouldn't be surprised if she just flat out denies she was even in it.
the thing is, it's directed by one who does a lot of TV stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I don't mean this as a negative, but a lot of the direction of it feels quite TV-y. It's got that snappy, ultra dramatic, very quickly shot. It feels quite TV-like there. I don't necessarily mean that as a negative, but it doesn't surprise me that the person who directed this directed episodes of like Doctors and Casualty and Footballers' Wives and things like that. That's not a surprise. And actually, it's not even that it's necessarily that's a bad thing, but it always feels very low stakes.
It's like
Honestly,
a kids show.
It is. It's like a pilot for a kids Sunday night TV show that happens to star Dakota Johnson.
Yeah.
But I mean, even the kind of like the flash forward bits where it's those girls as spider people.
Yeah.
The costumes look shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
None of that doesn't look good. And also, how the fuck are they going to get bitten by spiders? Is Madam Web going to have to go, right, I'm just going to need you guys to go with me on this, get bit by this spider?
I think that might be it, yeah.
I mean, they're not going to have to worry about it,
No.
because I it's the kind of film that is so, let's raise this from the earth. I wouldn't be surprised if once it leaves cinemas, they just don't bother giving it a release anywhere at all. Like, it doesn't come out on streaming, doesn't come out on Sky Cinema or anything. It's gone. It's just deleted. Like, it is, after everything that Warner have been doing, the fact that this was not written off for tax, but Batgirl was. I know they're two different studios, but surely, like, Batgirl wasn't as bad as this was.
There's got to be there'll be something where Sony had to release a certain fucking Spider-Man themed movie within a certain time period, otherwise Marvel got fucking rights back to Spider-Man's Spider-Woman or something like that.
Actually, that could be it.
Well, I mean, it could be it. Yeah, I mean, like, for what it's worth, I mean, Deadline have basically said if the film opens to 50 million global, no one's going to lose any sleep over it because Sony have good licensing their shit to Netflix deals and stuff like that. So, because that's the thing, Sony don't have their own streaming service, so, they can just sell shit. And this was part of a package of stuff that they've already sold. So, And hey, for every Anyone But You, which will be streamed on Netflix hundreds of millions of times, you got a Madame Web.
Yeah.
Also, and just one last thing from me, Sydney Sweeney playing this character in this film, like schoolgirl, like shy, retiring schoolgirl, and Sydney Sweeney in Anyone But You within 2 months of each other, like that, wow.
It's a bit bonkers, isn't
And
it?
can I just say, like, shy, introverted, meek kind of girls don't wear over knee socks and incredibly short skirts, as a rule.
I mean, I bet Sydney Sweeney doesn't know that.
No.
She probably couldn't even call the costume designer out on it.
No.
Because she's Sydney Sweeney.
I bet Sydney Sweeney was literally there going, I have one question about this. This top's baggy. How are people going to notice my tits?
Well, there's that bit where they tie it,
Yeah.
remember? I think that was in direct response to her saying that.
Oh, when they're dancing to Toxic and that one girl's like, oh, I love this song.
Yeah.
Oh god, the noughties references are fucking clunky as hell as well.
Yeah. And the thing is...
She needs to go home and watch Idol.
Oh, that is like, that person wouldn't watch Idol.
No, you're right.
And I reckon that Dakota Johnson doesn't know what Idol is.
I gotta say as well, Dakota Johnson, like, trying to crawl up the wall and just doing that jump. Like, I felt dead inside for her.
I laughed.
She looked so ashamed of whatever she'd got herself involved in. That bit where she's sat crumpled on the floor and she's like, don't ever tell anyone about this. That's her meaning the film.
Oh, yeah, no, she thought the take was over and they just left it in.
Yeah.
Also, the line that everyone was kind of taking the piss out of online from the trailer, not even in the film.
Which one?
His name's Ezekiel Sims. He was with my mother when she died in the Amazon researching spiders.
Researching spiders.
It's not in the film.
Why are people making fun of that?
Because apparently out of context it's a really funny line. It makes no sense. To which Dakota Johnson was like, any sentence out of context doesn't make sense.
No.
It's a weirdly
Specific.
descriptive and long line to have in a trailer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I get why that's an odd line, but Dakota Johnson's, well, anything sounds weird out of context is a fantastic response.
It's a withering. She's very good at the withering, smiling put down.
Dakota Johnson will probably never do one of these again, because why would, like, I think she'd be like, no.
Yeah, I think when they ring up all of them and go, right guys, we're starting pre-production on Madam Web 2, and they all go, no we're not. I'm like, well, you all did sign on for 2-3 movies. Fuck off. Alright? Yep, noted.
Kraven the Hunter is going to be fascinating now,
Yes.
because it's the last one of these that Sony have, and like, because the Bad Bunny was going to do El Muerto, but I think that's been shit canned now.
And there is
So-
Venom 3 coming up, isn't there?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I kind of meant of like the
other
ones where they haven't. Yeah, nobody said anything about a Morbius 2. That film came out over a year ago, so Morbius 2 probably not happening. So we got Kraven the Hunter, and then who knows? And Venom 3 seems to be going largely because it's a weirdly Tom Hardy is creatively involved in it franchise at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he's written and like he's written the full screenplay, I think, for this one, hasn't he?
Yeah, and it's directed by his mate,
Yeah.
who wrote the second one, and is like a genuine. She's a friend of his, and she's directing the thing. Sure, why not?
Yeah. Fuck it, go for it. So, Madam Web, what a picture.
Fucking awful.
But I mean, yeah,
It has
but I mean,
no
it's,
redeeming
I'm not.
features apart from Dakota Johnson's hair.
I do think that, Ian, your prediction that at some point this year, the How Did This Get Made podcast will have Adam Scott on it, and they will be going, so Adam, how did this get made? And he will be really nice about it, but also be a bit like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was on there. That one that Joseph Kahn directed. It's one word, and it was like Fast and Furious, but motorbikes. Talk, yeah. I'm pretty sure he was on there. How did this get made? And he's in that.
Yes.
So I don't know how did this get made. Do not have Madam Web as this Friday's episode. I don't know how that doesn't happen. It's yeah. I mean, it's baffling. But like I say, I'm not angry, and I think maybe I'm not angry because it's so obviously no one's ever going to want to talk about it again. That it's like, yeah, fine. It came out DOA. Yeah, just the fact there's not even a mid or a post credit scene.
No, you can tell that like that end little bit at the end was supposed to be a mid credit scene, and then somebody just went, we can't seriously expect people to stay beyond credits.
That's a good point.
Because it's got real, like, there's been like a credits bit, and then there's going to be this bit, and then there's going to be the other credits bit. It's got that kind of energy, but then it just doesn't. It just happens.
I do kind of want to see astral projection Madame Web fighting, because just what does that look like?
I'm saying it. I'd watch another. I know it will never happen, but I would watch it. But the problem is, it would cost about $100 million, and I don't think they're going to do that just because one person will buy one ticket.
No.
Oh, yeah, look, definitely shit. Hope it's one of the worst things I see this year, but you can't say the film itself is boring.
You can. The story's shit.
You good shit as well?
It's shit.
I'm Geostorm.
No, it's not so bad. It's good. It's shit.
I enjoyed it enough.
Oh, you're a fucking idiot.
I mean, I think enjoyed it enough. I mean, good on you.
I will
like,
say this, right? I will at some point watch this again.
You can do that on a day you're off on your own.
That's fine, but I know at some point I will go, fuck it, giving it another go.
This needs to be your Cats.
Oh, I don't know if anybody picked up on it, but did anybody notice that it was that there was a little bit of Pepsi product placement in there?
I didn't notice. No.
Did you not?
No.
Fucking hell, man. When they do that entire thing, like, I want a beer. No, you should have a Pepsi because you're not supposed to have alcohol 24 hours after diet. Like,
and then there's a
what
giant
are we
Pepsi
doing?
sign in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
And they all have Pepsis at the end.
At the end.
Like, those girls come in and they've all got Pepsis.
Yep. And at another point, when she first goes to the, what is it, after she's saved Sydney Sweeney's stepmom, she's carrying a Pepsi. Doesn't open it, just walks around just tapping the top of it. Never opens it.
Just the naughties superhero energy of this film
Yeah.
is huge.
And
Like,
literally Pepsi
Yeah.
timed their brand relaunch for their new branding that is a retro
What, for
kind of
Madam
look
Web?
through Madam Web.
oh God.
It's just, oh fuck, what? Fucking hell. Yeah, I am gonna watch this again.
God, you're an idiot.
If I was on a plane and it was on there, and you know I could just like do the little boom and just ask for, yeah, can I have another Heineken, please? Maybe. Like, I'm considering the idea next week of getting mildly trashed watching Oppenheimer on an airplane. Madame Web would be perfect for that.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact,
What a fucking, like you said, what a picture.
What a picture.
Fucking hell.
let's fucking go.
All right. So, just moving on. Just a quick question. Do we think we would have enjoyed Bob Marley One Love more?
No. I think we'd have all been bored.
I don't think I'd have been as entertained.
No.
No.
I would have enjoyed if we'd covered Bob Marley One Love more because I wouldn't have seen either of them.
Ah, that's smart. That's smart.
Thank you. Try.
Yeah. Yeah. You see it all, just like Madame Web. Right. Okay then, guys. What you been up to?
What have we watched, Bex? We've only done 2 together, haven't we?
Have we?
Yeah.
I think we're...
We've done Pauly Shore of the Week,
Pauly Shore of the Week. We watched Encino Man.
which you'd never
Nice.
seen, had you?
No. And Brendan Fraser is good.
And Pauly Shore is
It's Pauly Shore, isn't he?
is.
It's good. It's fun.
So is this 3 Pauly Shore movies we've watched so far, and you've liked them all?
Yeah.
It's a fun. It is. Nothing is more 90s MTV movie than Encino Man.
That's it. I can't say necessarily, and I don't want to be snidey. I don't think the movies are good.
Wow.
Because they're not, because they're made in that kind of MTV stupid fucking chaotic style, but they're alright enough to spend time with, because I think Pauly Shore's characters were always like, they're fuck ups and stuff like that. They're kind of annoying, but they're always kind of sweet,
Yeah.
and their heart's in the right place
Yeah.
so far. Sean Astin, his character in this is an absolute dickbag.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah. The fact that he's just trying to use Brendan Fraser's caveman
It's called Link.
Link, yeah, who turns up in he turns up in Son-in-Law. In Son-in-Law, at one of the college parties, Link's there.
Oh yes, he is. Yeah. That's what made us. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Enjoyed it.
Yep. And
Oh, we also watched another one.
we also watched, what did we?
Did we watch The Day the Earth Stood Still?
We did, yeah. I'd forgotten to log that. Yeah, we watched that, didn't we?
Yeah.
So after watching War of the Worlds, you said to me, didn't you, about...
What's the alien-y one that's got Keanu Reeves in it?
and I was like, it's The Day the Earth Stood Still. And so we watched The Day the Earth Stood Still, which should be called the movie that stands still halfway through. It's really good, and then it just fucking falls off a cliff.
Isn't it really short as well?
Yeah, it is, like, it's under 100 minutes before credits. Like 95 minutes before credits.
Yeah.
Which, for a film that's like 16, 17 years old and cost about $100 million at the time.
Scott Derrickson as well, isn't it?
The
Yeah.
first half of it is really good and really interesting.
I'd say half's probably a bit generous. I'd say maybe the first third.
Maybe the first third then, yeah. But then it does just drop off a cliff.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
It is weird, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like the reason why he changed his mind and decides no humanity can be saved is because...
Jaden Smith's sad that his dad died.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, because you'd think that's like reductive, but I bet it's not.
No,
It's not, no.
it's bonkers.
He asks him to bring him back. He says no, he can't. Jaden Smith cries, and this fucking alien that's here to save the literal whole planet from us, destroying it. Which, I mean, looking at how things are now, he probably should have fucking done it if it was real. Just changed his mind.
Yeah.
Right, and what's his face has been on the planet for what, 70 years?
James Hong, yeah.
Yeah, researching us and seeing if we can be changed for the better and things like that, and I think he's probably mentioned
Yeah.
to this alien race at some point. Oh, by the way, guys, I don't know whether it's going to sway you, but they do get sad when their families die. Oh, shit, no, well, we'll just let them destroy it then.
It's the most watching it now, like 15, 16 years later, you've got a lot of points of Jennifer Connelly going, look, we can change, we can turn around, you know, under the most extreme adversity, we can change things, and you watch it going, we can't.
We don't.
We just can't.
Can't.
We go the opposite way.
Yeah.
This film is filled with way too much hope.
Yeah.
Move along.
We are shit.
Yeah. Do you know what's not filled with way too much hope, though?
What?
Domino. The Tony Scott movie.
I'm a bounty hunter.
I fucking love Domino.
My name is Domino Harvey. I'm a bounty hunter.
I fucking love this film.
That's really good, Ian, to be fair.
Thanks.
It's the thing about Domino is that I think about Domino, it's incoherent.
Yeah.
It's barely watchable at times.
Yeah.
It is seizure inducing. There is not a single character in it that isn't just absolutely reprehensible. It's the fact that you've got Edgar Ramirez shotgunning a guy's arm off to Stereophonics and Tom Jones' Mama Told Me Not to Come.
I don't remember that. That sounds like a great choice.
Honestly, it's fucking chef's kiss.
Wow.
For me. This
Oh,
film...
they doesn't even really show him doing it. Like, the focus is on something else and he's blurry in the background.
Focus is on the fucking guys from Beverly Hills 90210
That's it.
having to watch this.
Yeah.
And you just look at it going, this is fucking great. And then fucking Tom Waits comes. Tom Waits fucking turns up as the saviour. Essentially, do you know what that character's supposed to be? God. He is supposed to be God, setting them on the right path.
Fine.
It's just fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Tony Scott, dude. There'll never be another.
There will never be another because it's just... The thing is, I watched a Ridley Scott movie this week. Not like one of the big ones. But I watched a Ridley Scott movie this week. And I watched this Tony Scott movie this week. And do you know what? The Tony Scott movie is just fucking better by a million fucking miles. It's more interesting. People will say to me, it's shit. And I will go, I don't care.
Yeah.
Right? Also, I noticed on my Letterboxd, because you can track the activity of when you last watched things, can't you? On Letterboxd. So,
Yeah.
I've seen Domino a few times. I saw it in the cinema. I had it on DVD. Anything like that. My Letterboxd activity is I watched it in 2016 in April. I watched it in February of 2020. And I watched it in February of 2024. I watch Domino every 4 years, it would appear.
Fair enough.
And I think I will do that until the day I die.
Fair enough.
Yep. It is... I fucking love this movie. And it's just... Every time I watch a Tony Scott movie, it reminds me that he... There's a strong possibility he might be in my top 3 filmmakers of all time.
That's fair.
Because...
Behind whoever directed Biodome
Yeah. Yeah.
and David Fincher.
But yeah, just fucking... What a film. What an absolutely batshit insanity of a movie.
It is mental.
Do you want to do your bits, or do you want us to go about what we watched on our solos?
No, crack on.
Let's
Enjoying
just
this.
quickly nip to get a drink, I think, so I'll do mine.
Yeah, sure.
So the Ridley Scott one I watched was the movie Someone to Watch Over Me with Tom Berenger and Mimi Rogers. And Lorena Bracco.
To be fair, when you were saying like, oh, the Tony Scott one was, I way enjoyed that more. I kind of feel like it would have been more impactful if it wasn't Someone to Watch Over Me.
Right, which is fair. But I would say that people would say that Domino is one of Tony Scott's worst films. I wouldn't agree with that.
Okay.
But I would say that people would say that because people don't understand the beauty of Domino. And I would also say that people would say, really? Ridley Scott directed that? I didn't know that. About Someone to Watch Over Me. Have you ever seen this, Ian?
No, and I always get this in the eyes of Laura Mars confused for some fucking reason.
It's an oddity of a film in the sense that it's really quite boring. And that's not something you normally say about Ridley Scott movies. You know, like, there's some that I don't really get on with too well, but they're always usually quite interesting. Whereas this is actually quite boring. So the thing about it is Tom Berenger plays a detective. He's just become a detective, and the first ever case he gets put on is essentially he's got to do the night shift looking after this socialite because she's witnessed a murder by this mafia crime lord, and they think that he's going to try and kill her before she can testify. So that's what he has to do, and what would you have it? They end up kind of falling for each other, and it all gets a little bit, twisty and turny. But the problem is, it doesn't really get that twisty and turny. They do fall for each other, but it's really fucking quickly, and it just, you go, yeah, I don't get that. I don't get why you've fallen for her. She just doesn't seem that great, and you've got Lorena Bracco at home, who seems pretty fucking cool in this. You know, there's a whole sequence where Lorena Bracco's talking about her ass. Yeah, it's just, it was a lunchtime watch, and
Sorry, I don't know whether we're distracting you in the safe space chat. Right, just have a look at this. So Dominic Sessa from The Holdovers. There was a shot of The Holdovers crew when Anatomy of a Fall won Best Screenplay at the BAFTAs, and Dominic Sessa genuinely looks like he wants to murder someone.
Yeah, he does not look happy there.
Fucking hell. He hasn't been told you've got to clap and smile.
No, he has not got an awards face.
Sorry.
Yeah,
that's just if anyone's listening to this and hasn't seen this, 'cause I kind of feel like it should become a meme. So, but fucking hell. Sorry, Mark.
Yeah, someone watch over me. It's not someone. No one really needs to watch over this film. It's pretty boring. Nothing good happens about it. And you should have been warned when, over the opening credits, Sting is singing Someone to Watch Over Me. And when Sting is singing anything, that is usually the time where everyone should fucking leave. What else have I watched? You've got quite a few, haven't you, Bex?
I'm going to treat certain ones as a collective.
As a block?
Yeah.
Yeah. After our Zac Efron chat, which has anybody seen an interview that the real what's his name from the Iron Claw, the real guy did, the real Kevin Von Erich?
No.
Did, yeah. He was doing some wrestling thing, and somebody asked him, "Have you seen the movie?" And he was like, "Yeah. I saw it last night, and then I went out for dinner with Zac Efron. I'd not met him before. I went out for dinner with him. He said he's great. What a guy. The body transformation that went through. He said really respectful for that. I don't feel like the parody is. And he's just a really nice guy and really like it. It's like, that's pretty fucking cool. Like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what else is pretty fucking cool?
Go on.
Baywatch. Baywatch is great.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's honestly, it is a fucking crime that we don't have 2 or 3 of these movies. We should have had more of these movies.
My issue with that is that The Rock would have been back.
Yeah, he would have, but he works as
Yeah.
as Mitch.
Yeah, he does.
You know, the interaction that he has with David Hasselhoff, where he basically says, "How far have you fallen? Are you wearing street man shoes?"
Yeah.
It's just great. This movie knows exactly what it's doing. Like the line to Zac Efron, "Are you dyslexic?" "No, I'm Caucasian." It's just fucking great. Oh, I had a great time with this. Again, for about the 5th time. I also rewatched, because occasionally I do watch serious movies.
Yeah.
Not often. I rewatched Catch Me If You Can, the Spielberg movie. That is a fucking good movie. Like, it's a really fucking good movie, is Catch Me If You Can. Like, properly, when you watch it going, "This fucking good is this?" And then more happens, you go, "This is really fucking good, this." And it keeps going, you go, "This is just a fucking great movie." And then fucking Christopher Walken will turn up and start talking about two mice falling into a fucking pot of cream, and you go, "Alright, yeah, we maybe don't need that much." But then when he stops talking about it, you go, "It's a fucking good movie, is this?" It is. It's a really fucking good movie. I get the feeling now that if this came out now, it would just sweep the floor with awards. It kind of felt like it came at a weird time, I think, for DiCaprio, Hanks and Spielberg, where they were kind of in that middle bit where people were entertained by flashy, like, effects-laden movies, and here was just this kind of like jaunty, mild comedy drama about a young kid who's a con man, and it kind of felt like, oh, this isn't cool now. This isn't the new shiny thing. You know, you're not talking about the web or anything like that. No one's got a cell phone. You know, there's no hackers in this. It just feels like a little bit like everyone was watching Swordfish when they should have been watching Catch Me If You Can. It's a great fucking movie. Brilliant opening credits as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, real.
That John Williams score's popping off as well.
John Williams' score is fantastic. DiCaprio is really fucking good at just sort of playing that runaway kid energy of, he's doing all these things and he happens to be really good at them, but he doesn't really know why. It's almost like, it's not that he's cracked any code or that he's just smarter than everybody else. It's just that he had the brass balls to try it.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's good. Really fucking good film.
I read some comment on something and it was Jack from Titanic, Catch Me If You Can, and became Jay Gatsby.
Yeah. But it is like that. But then you also get like the Tom Hanks bit of where he wants to catch him, but then he also starts to become that little bit of a father figure for him, and you've got that bounce in between it as well.
Yeah.
It's just a very very good film.
I don't remember it very well. I might give it another go. Actually.
You should, honestly. It's also as well. It's fun. There's you don't notice you're eating vegetables while you're doing it because it's that tasty that you don't really realise that someone will go, "Did you know there's your 5 a day in that?" And you go, "That fucking isn't."
It's like a real good ratatouille instead of just like some steamed broccoli.
Yeah, and you're there going, "That fucking isn't. This is just fucking tasty." Yeah. What have you been watching, Bex?
Right, okay. So, right, so the ones that aren't related, I'll get out of the way. There's one. I watched Big Hero 6 because...
Because you're a coward and you wouldn't watch what I suggested.
No, because I fist bumped Jack that I work with the other day and he went blah, blah, blah. So I was like, obviously I need to watch Big Hero 6. It's lovely. It's Big Hero 6. It's sad. I like that he doesn't cop out by having the brother still be alive, but like imprisoned by the bad guy. Like he is just dead.
Did there never end up being a sequel to this, did there?
No.
I feel
Which
mad
is a
that.
shame. But yeah, it's just really good. It's really good fun. The characters are good.
I kind of like that there wasn't a sequel to it because it can kind of stand alone as its own thing. But it's a bit wild that it's 10 years since Disney made a movie that made nearly $700 million and there's not been a sequel to it.
Yeah. Give them time. So yeah, it was a post-work watch while I was waiting for you to finish because I had 3 hours to kill, so it perfectly filled that time gap. So right, I don't know if you guys will remember. I've spoken a few times about a movie called Hell House LLC.
What's the LLC stand for?
I don't actually know.
I'm going to find that out then while you're doing that.
Basically, these kids, they
Limited liability company.
okay. So they lease an abandoned hotel for over Halloween to put a hell house on. So basically like a haunted house.
Yeah.
Shit goes wrong, people die, blah blah blah. I've watched this a number of times. I have never watched any of the sequels. So I decided to watch all fucking 4 of these films back to back. Well, like back to back subsequent nights. And just really get into the, rich mythos of the Hell House universe.
Yep.
So I did. So yeah, so you've got basically Hell House, sequel, then prequel. Gradually kind of...
Well, written and directed by the same dude, aren't they?
Yeah. And do you know what? The last one leaves it open for another.
Of course it does.
I'm so excited.
There will be another as well.
There will. I hope they make it. The thing is, they're so low budget and they're quite well loved by the people that love them.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
They do well on Shudder. I know they
Yeah.
do.
They're all on Shudder if anyone wants to give them a go. If you like found footage, I really, really would recommend them. They're good. They build up a good mythology.
They're all like fucking under 90 minutes as well, aren't they?
Yeah, they get in and out, but they do. I don't like found footage movies as a general rule, and I fucking loved these. The last one is genuinely scary at points. Like, I was watching this, and I had to keep pausing it and going off and doing other things because I was a bit scared.
The last one?
Yeah. So it took me like fucking hours to watch it because I had to keep going off and distracting myself. I think it's obviously because they're that type of because they're found footage. There's not a score. It does feel like genuinely scared. Like 2 and 3 in particular are not. 3's the weakest, 2's the second weakest, and then 4 and then 1. 1's really, really good. And I think part of the strength of 1, which obviously they wouldn't have been able to do through another 3 movies, is that it makes no attempt really to explain what's going on, the reasoning behind it. It just shows you what's happening and that it's fucked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all done as like true crime kind of shows.
Oh, right.
So there's like talking heads bits as well.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then the footage that you see that's the found footage stuff is like, oh, and we found these videotapes when we were investigating the property, and then it shows you them. So it's done in a really good format. Like, I genuinely love these films.
Good.
And I guess if they get you, you'll love them. If you don't, you'll think they're shit. That's fine. I accept that. But I genuinely loved this. My rewatch of Hell House LLC, and then the first watch of all the other 3. It's good. It's good fun. Creepy clowns.
Fair.
That's me. That's all I've watched.
Yeah. Seen the first 2 of those. Yeah. Yeah, they're fun.
Number 4 is genuinely scary at points.
Oh, wow.
Like,
So do you need to have watched...
yeah,
Yeah, alright.
it builds.
Fair enough. La.
And number 1 is the best one anyway.
Okay.
Why are you thinking of giving them a go? I will rewatch them with you.
No, I'm just
Damn it. I'll just
I'll be too
rewatch
busy
them.
watching Madam Web again.
You fucking idiot. So yeah, that's me. That's all I've done.
Okay, that's me then.
Yes.
Right.
What have you been up to?
Okay. Yeah. Got a few things this week actually. A few like Disney sci-fi type things this week.
I want to watch this. One of the ones you watch.
Yeah. So, The Black Hole, 1979 film, Disney production, the most expensive Disney film at the time, of its time, at the time, directed by Gary Nelson, and this is, I really, really, really like The Black Hole. So essentially, there's this ship going back to Earth, and it comes across this ship that was supposed to be lost. It's near this black hole, and they go on the ship to see like if anybody's like still there. And this old commander who had gone missing with the ship is on there, along with a bunch of like robot automaton kind of things, and essentially he wants to go through the black hole, and he's essentially trying to convince the people in the other ship to go with him, or there'll be trouble. So first off, John Barry does the score for this, and it's got this theme that basically plays not exactly throughout the entire film, but it almost feels like it does, as is the impact of it. But it's essentially Event Horizon, but for kids. There's some. Honestly, the ending of the film, I won't spoil it, but where a couple of the characters end up, it goes places. This film. It's got some really creepy design to it. Like the automatons, like what's actually going on with them is just great and weird. And it's dealing with like big metaphysical kind of stuff. But then it's also got this robot character who like almost kind of like forms a robot uprising with a bunch of other robots, and there's a bit where they have like a shooting competition and stuff, which is like it's this weird like hard sci-fi with some really dark shit in it, but with like a character for kids as well. It's something, and like they were talking about doing a remake of this in the 2010s, and it's like Paul W.S. Anderson remade it, and it's called Event Horizon. So, so there you go, The Black Hole. It's great. So then I also watched Tron Legacy for the first time in a little while.
How does that hold up?
I really, really, really like Tron Legacy still. There's apparently a 4K is coming at some point, which is going to be like old Justin Theroux and Mulholland Drive. This is the one. Kind of stuff to that for sure. But the thing about Tron Legacy, it's not really dated that much because there's barely anything in the real world. And, one of the big things in the real world is this like board meeting where they're talking about this new, like, it's the launch of our new operating system, and Bruce Boxleitner's character kind of asks, like, what's new about it, and they're like, we put a new number on the box, and they're laughing, and it's just like, could kind of see Meta having a meeting like that these days. Cillian Murphy's in that bit incidentally as well, and he's like the son of the bad guy from the first one, and he's just in that one scene, and he's not in the rest of the film. It's like obviously they were setting some stuff up there, but he's I don't believe he's going to be in the new one. Jared Leto's the bad guy in the new one. Great.
So yeah.
So yeah, the visual effects are brilliant. Aside from the de-aged Jeff Bridges, which is as rough as you'd expect de-aging from nearly 15 years ago to be.
Yeah.
It's not good. It maybe works better within the Tron world because, you know, he is like a computer character. But the opening where Kevin Flynn is like telling a story to his son, and like he's in shadow for a lot of it, and at the end of the scene he turns around in like full light, and it's obviously that's like the big holy fucking shit, look at that shot. And it is, oh holy shit, look at that. It wasn't great at the time, I seem to recall. It's not aged well. And especially when especially when he is the only like CG de-aged character in the film. It's like there aren't any other characters who are obviously CG. They're just people with makeup on. So that's a bit weird. But the Daft Punk score is incredible. I mean, obviously perfect mix of soundtrack and film, but there are some absolute bangers in that score. Like really, really good shit. Olivia Wilde's pretty good in this. She's got a nice mix of like sexy but also curious about the world kind of stuff, which she plays well. Garrett Hedlund is a charisma vacuum.
I'm just like looking at a picture of him. I've just read that it was Garrett Hedlund, and I keep forgetting who played Sam in it.
Yeah. He's not great, and like I could see the Disney execs going, "You need a kind of like an all-American like hero guy for this character. You need an action hero.
Yeah, you need whatever skin job prime we can get right now."
Yeah, exactly. But then you've got Jeff Bridges in a dual performance, and he is very good. Like I said, the de-aging's not great. He's very good. There's good distinction between Clue and Flynn, and that's well done. The production design owns just beautiful stuff. The stuff about fathers and sons and whatnot, it is a bit rote almost. Like it's not exactly saying anything remarkable, but it's a film that is very my shit. Also, actually, I'm glad he's not in it more, but Michael Sheen in his like 10-minute section, yeah, fine, good. Like kind of like Bowie-inspired club owner who's a bit shifty. He puts in a good shift. So yeah.
Did an awful lot of that around this time, didn't he?
Yeah. It was kind of like the time when he was a thing.
Yeah.
And now apparently in the BAFTAs they did a skit at the start where David Tennant was Zoom calling people to try and find someone to find a dog sitter for Michael Sheen or something.
Cool.
So now he's just a joke in the opening bit of a BAFTAs. Well done. So yeah, Tron Legacy is great. I remain excited for Tron Ares because it's a Tron film, and I like that world, but Jared Leto as like the computer program who I think maybe gets into the real world or some shit. Sure. I guess.
Yeah, it just feels a little bit like things that would have worked 15 years ago.
Yeah, even though I swear the cast around him's not bad though. Just want to look this up real quick.
Jared Leto, Evan Peters, Jodie Turner-Smith, Gillian Anderson.
Yeah. Greta Lee from Past Lives. Like, not a massive fan of the film, but she's good. Yeah, that's an interesting cast. I kind of want Gillian Anderson to be like their evil head of a software company.
You kind of feel like she's gonna be, don't you?
Yeah, and that's absolutely fine. So hey, we'll see. Tron Ares, I think it's out next year. But yeah, Tron Legacy, good. So last one in my Disney sci-fi. I've kind of got my order wrong here because Tron would have been a better segue for something else. But WALL-E. Watched first time watch with Lottie. And first watch of WALL-E for a good long while. That first act is absolutely perfect for what it needs to be.
And it falls off a fucking cliff.
The thing is, watching it this time, it didn't fall off a cliff as much as I remembered it being, because I forgot or didn't realise how WALL-E's mission is just to help Eve, and he wants to protect her and look out for her. Everything else is kind of happening around him, and there's a little bit of a Chauncey Gardner being there kind of vibe, where people are reacting to him and interacting with him in ways that he's not necessarily intending, but he's inspiring things in them and kind of moving the plot along through it, which I think is really fun. And the fact that the bad guy is basically Hal from 2001, but this time he's like a navigational assistant on a starship. Great, sure, why not? The humans, I mean, yeah, like that stuff is very broad. There's a bit where they do the 2001 theme to one of them like standing up for the first time. And if anything, that kind of a future where everybody gets along with each other, but they're all kind of like domesticized and just stuck in these tubes. It's almost kind of like better than the future we're writing at the moment, quite frankly. I just with like disinformation and AI and what is the truth, like WALL-E's like weirdly more innocent than that. It's just like corporations fucked things up. Boo, corporations. But yeah, I like WALL-E. It's good. It's not. I don't think it's perfect. Like the first act is far superior to everything else, but I wouldn't say it jumps. It drops off a cliff, but it does go appreciably downward for me.
I remember really, really liking the first like half of it, and then just like as soon as it wasn't just WALL-E just kind of pooling around and it brought in people, I was like, I don't care about any of this anymore. I just want to see him just kind of like having these little adventures.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Okay, so leading on from Tron Legacy, first watch in over a year of Top Gun Maverick.
Nice.
Maverick. It's my sixth watch in less than 2 years. Good for me.
That's some good going there.
Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. So, I did watch it last year. Brilliant. I thought maybe I didn't, but apparently I did. Oh, brilliant. Top Gun Maverick. This time around, my real takeaway from it was the score and just how much the themes complement each other and how Hold My Hand is like in there a little bit, and then there's instrumental of it, and then you got the full-on vocal version at the end. And it's great.
Yeah, there's like instrumental bits like drop in throughout it, don't they, as well? It really fucking goes, this is a banger.
Yeah. And it goes full force at the end. It's wonderful. Also, I mean, like Glenn Powell as well. It's interesting because the whole thing was, is it going to be Glenn Powell or Miles Teller cast as Rooster? And then Miles Teller got cast, and then they just cast Glenn Powell in that other role anyway.
Yep.
And I think for Glenn Powell's career, the right choice as well. Like, the cocky, charismatic kind of thing, I think, has done more for him than Miles Teller's more downbeat, having to play the emotion stuff for the careers that those guys have had in the couple of years hence. Also, I mean, to be fair, Miles Teller's kind of like slightly shitty behaviour around COVID, I think, has maybe not helped the guy's cause.
No.
But yeah, Powell is a fucking force of nature in this. You want to see more of him, even though he's being a prick. But the way everybody interacts with him is great. It's like there's one bit where he says, no offense, and then Lewis Pullman's just like, and yet every single time you manage to. You know, it's great. Like, Lewis Pullman's a bit of a fucking secret killer in this as well, actually. No, it's a really, really nice ensemble for Top Gun Maverick. It does make me laugh, the whole Penny stuff as well, where after that first scene, it's just like, he might have to fight to win her over a little bit, but she's not gonna like play too hard. You know, it just, don't give me that look like 2 minutes after seeing him again. You know, and it just, that's a fun relationship. The third one, assuming it does get made, is going to be fascinating. Like, how do they follow this up?
That's it. It's going to be really interesting to see what they actually do. Because I mean, it's been confirmed, isn't it, that they're in the process of like writing it and stuff.
They're definitely developing it.
It seems like, I mean, it just did so well. It just caught people, didn't it? Just caught people right, I think. You know,
it works.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. I think that helps.
Yeah. It just all fits together weirdly well. Top Gun Maverick. Do you know what also fits together really weirdly well?
Go on.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Fucking great scar, isn't it?
Oh, Alan Silvestri.
Yeah.
What are you doing to me? Predator.
Fucking, it's a fucking great scar. It really is.
So, bit of a Carl Weathers commemorative watch. Also, Blank Check have just started doing John McTiernan. It's great. It's great. I listened to their Predator episode after finishing it off this morning, and it's great.
They're doing all of
so. Yeah. They do. The director they do every single film. So they started with this Pierce Brosnan one I'd actually never even heard of last week, Nomad.
Yeah.
So
rollerball in about a month or so.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. They do every single one. They, like, no matter how good or bad, you know, they go through them all. But yeah, look, Predator. I will say the last time I watched this, it was a Father's Day screening at the Showcase Cinema where they did the print that was the Blu-ray that had the digital noise reduction. So this time around, I watched the 4K on Apple, and there's none of that. It's back to how you want it to look, and it looks cracking. It looks really nice actually. And yeah, Predator, man. What can I say? I'll refer people to the Blank Jack episode. A lot of really good like production stories and stuff that they unearthed as well, which really really good to hear. Like obviously we knew Jean-Claude Van Damme was supposed to be the Predator and whatnot, but it just God, imagine that.
Yeah, I mean he did like a couple of days worth of shooting as well, didn't he? But
yeah, he apparently did like costume tests and stuff like that where they shot him.
Yeah,
and it was basically like he was just dressed in like a giant. It kind of just looked like a dog suit or something. And he was pissed off as well because he thought it was going to be JCVD versus Arnie. And I was like, no, it's Arnie versus someone who's invisible for most of the film. Yeah, no, it's great. Weathers as well, man. Like I like Dylan's arc in this, where he starts as the friend, then it's revealed that actually he knew more than he was letting on, and then by the end of it, it was like, no, get your people out of here. I've got this.
Did you see the?
And then
did you see the photo that they put out of that Jean-Claude Van Damme put out of him and Carl Weathers?
No.
On the set.
I'll send it to you.
Oh, I bet Carl Weathers is really pleased to be there.
It's just you've been saying that it was that he spent more time with Carl Weathers than he did with any of the other actors in the little bit of time he was there, and talks about how he really liked Carl Weathers and he was just a really nice guy. So I'll just send the image in a second.
Cool. But yeah, Predator. It's brilliant. Okay, so next, that's it for what we've been watching. We have some feedback from a Mr. Noel Mellor.
We do indeed.
Have you two heard this yet?
Yes.
Okay. So, here is Noel now.
Good afternoon, bastards. Just a little bit of feedback for the show, should you care for it. First off, apologies I can't join you to chat Madam Web tonight. I think, Ian, you know how thrilled I was by that film, so hopefully some of our conversations will bleed through into the chat. But I was just, I've nipped out for a bit of a walk, because we've got visitors round and I just need to escape. So I thought I'd send you a little bit of feedback because I'm actually listening to Bastards. Trying to catch up on why Ian woke me up at 1 o'clock in the morning, ranting about X versus Seaver. I think I've got the gist of it now. I've caught up. But yeah, the thing I wanted to actually feedback on is I am thrilled by the notion of a Les Miserables account, whereby if the balance drops below a certain amount, a Lamonzo account, if you will. And when you mentioned it, it actually occurred to me, I don't know if you know this, but Queen, the band, have one of those as well. Like a sort of, when the balance drops below a certain point, Roger Taylor gets a text message and quickly gets on the phone to Brian May to be like, Brian, what have we got what did we do 3 or 4 years ago that we can push out again? Greatest Hits 2? Yeah, okay, let's do it. Repackage it, resell it. And if you don't believe me, I would say that it will be proven when we get a sequel to Bohemian Rhapsody, and we are getting a sequel to Bohemian Rhapsody. Nothing's been announced, nothing's been discussed. You mark my words. When it happens, I want you to recall this chat. We will get a Bohemian Rhapsody sequel. It will be about whatever his name taking over from Freddie Mercury and how, this is the real Queen now. And it will be called The Show Must Go On. There's my predictions. Enjoy the rest of your show. And I'll speak to you soon. Cheers, guys. Bye.
And there was Noel then. I'm going to have a quick look at this photo of Carl Weathers and Jean-Claude Van Damme. Wow, okay. I mean, they're looking in different directions.
It's wild, isn't it? Yeah, it's so weird.
God, he's glistening in
Yeah.
Carl Weathers. Look at him. Fucking hell. Good. So, Noel, yes, there will be a Bohemian Rhapsody 2. There'll also be a Mamma Mia 3, which will be called Mamma Mia, Thank You for the Music.
Yeah, there probably will be.
Even though, that was some news. Ridley Scott's doing a Bee Gees biopic.
Fuck that. I mean, fair play to that guy. That guy just loves fucking working. And I don't think we can scoff at that, really.
No, I suppose not. I also must apologise to Noel for waking him up to the sounds of me querying if we were supposed to know who X and Sever were.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, with the Ridley Scott thing, maybe he shouldn't just, like, literally jump from one film set to the next and maybe, properly finish a film.
You're not a shark, Ridley.
Yeah. But fair play that he fucking... there's no fucking around after it. He literally finishes, has 2 weeks off, and then goes back to it.
Okay. Twitter questions. And thank you, Noel.
Yes, thank you very much for the feedback, Noel. But yes, absolutely no. There will be a Bohemian Rhapsody 2. Yeah, it will happen, and it will be just as fucking hideous as the other ones. What have we got? Ricky. There are some performers whose voices are particularly distinctive, e.g. Orson Welles, Richard Burton, James L. Jones, etc. Do you have any favourite voices in cinema?
I mean, it's Morgan Freeman. The answer's Morgan Freeman. No, for me, it's Sharlto Copley. I love Sharlto Copley's
You do like
voice.
Sharlto Copley's voice, don't
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
But I feel like Morgan Freeman is the correct answer. But Sharlto Copley is the true answer.
I mean, I believe the correct answer is Bobcat Goldthwait, but
What?
Pauly Shaw.
Al
Big
Pacino.
Bird.
Who was yours?
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino's a good
Oh, he's
one.
got a good voice, yeah.
Al Pacino is a
Yeah.
good one. Donald Sutherland's a good one. Richard Dreyfuss also as well.
Yeah.
I think always had a good one. I think it's because I used to have some like He-Man like audio tapes that were narrated by Richard Dreyfuss for some reason. Like Richard Dreyfuss did like an awful lot of cocaine in the 80s and ended up fucking narrating some He-Man tapes, which is wild. Yeah. There's probably a really obvious one. Christian Slater.
That is good.
Christian Slater's got a good voice.
Oh, do you know who's not got a good voice?
Who?
That Mallrats girl.
Oh, Joel Adams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I quite like that though.
I hate her
I
voice.
quite like the. I quite like an annoying voice. It's a bit of a thing.
Girl voices that are good and distinctive. I mean, Catherine Hepburn's got a good voice, I feel.
I'm gonna throw out John Cusack as well.
John.
John Cusack, yeah, find it soothing.
John? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Dylan Black Lanterns, we recently had to turn off the Biz Malarkey documentary All Up in the Biz as it kept cutting to a dramatised scene of him dying in hospital, recreated with his actual ex-wife, doctors, and a puppet portraying the terminal Biz Malarkey. What wild choice gave you total creeps? That is a bit wild, that. And he sent us an image of it, and yep, there it is. Just showing Becky the image. That's, yeah, I will be watching that documentary, and I'm going to watch that documentary.
What's that? Sorry.
The Biz Malarkey documentary. All for the Biz.
Is he actually called Biz Malarkey?
Yeah, the singer's Biz Malarkey.
Oh, Bismarcky.
Yeah.
Is he called Biz Malarkey or Bismarcky?
Biz Malarkey.
Malarkey.
Actually, it's just my terrible pronunciation.
Right,
I'm too
okay.
tongue.
Yeah, no, Okay.
Try to think of what's a wild choice in a movie that makes you just go, nah.
This is the one I mentioned earlier on that I was having trouble with.
Yeah. Yeah. Because there's some good
I
wild
think-
choices.
I'll say Goldmember in Goldmember, the running bit about how he likes to pick bits of dried flaky skin off of him and then eat them. Why are you doing that, Mike Myers? Why did you just have to add that as another bit?
Yeah, that's maybe a grim too far.
Yeah, just why?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Mind the entirety of the Babadook. There's been a lot of wild choices where I've been like, fine, yeah, go on then, that works.
So, wild choices that would put you off watching a movie.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande's wicked eyebrows.
That's good.
That's fair. That's a fair one.
The whole animation style of Polar Express for a number of years for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I feel that's a really obvious one that we're missing. For that. That's interesting, that though. I mean, that sounds just horrible. It actually seems so weird to have done that for that documentary. Yeah, can't think about. I'm gonna have to rack my brain that. Might have to come back to that next week. Yeah, might have to come back to that next week actually on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was it for questions that we got this week.
Okay. So coming up next couple of weeks is going to be a bit weird. So the next time we record, I mean, I'm told the place has Wi-Fi. I'll be in Bahrain, and I won't have seen Wicked Little Letters, which is what we were planning on covering next week. I'm just not going to be able to get to it before I fly out.
When is it you fly out?
So I fly out on the Tuesday, but I'm basically busy until then. So, yeah.
That's fine.
I'm just
thinking I know that
I'm not
Lisa Frankenstein becomes available on the 27th, but that's literally that Tuesday.
I'm really excited for that.
I wouldn't be.
I am.
Okay, maybe we could talk about that then.
We'll see.
I could probably get that watched on the Wednesday. I'll be honest, I'm probably not going to be doing too much tourism in Bahrain, and I don't have anything like on my official schedule until 6:00 that evening local time. So I could probably make an hour and a half work. So, all right. Well, there'll be some. I was going to be on the show anyway, but we'll see what we'll talk about. The week after is Dune Part 2 week. I again won't have time to see Dune 2 before Donna is away for work for a few nights. So, we want to get a Dune 2 episode out, like, around the release of Dune 2 and not like a week and a half, 2 weeks after. So, we're going to see, at least Mark and Becky are going to record,
Yes.
and we'll see if anybody else fancies joining them.
We'll see if we can get guests.
So, yes. And then normal service will resume after. So, there we are. So, this show will come out. The next show might be a little bit delayed, and then we'll put out the next show as close to whenever Mark and Becky record the Dune 2 show as they can. So, there we are. So, with that all being said, we shall leave you all to it. Thank you very much for listening.
Dang.
I've been Ian. She's been
Becky.
And he's been
Mark.
And Jason Reitman has and always will be a bell end.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
I enjoyed that.